we can't be doing that. If it's a telemarketer, I can talk to them. But I am shy, and I'm nervous. I've never talked in front of this many people before. How many of y'all have seen this demonstration? Raise your hand real big. Got a couple here, got one or two down here. So the majority of you don't have a clue to what you're fixing to see. And that's a good thing. So it may not go according to plan, but nobody's going to know that but us. So if it doesn't, just ooh and ah and all you want to, and we'll be good to go. I am Greg Hale. That is my name. That is my alias because I'm on witness protection. And I told them the other day when they started this that I could not be using my real name. So just go with that, and that's where we're going to go with that. No more talking about that. But anyway, if you enjoy what you see tonight, tell everybody that you see. If you don't, I'll make this deal with you. Don't say a word about it to nobody. Deal? All right. We're going to try to make this as fun as we can, and we're going to try to make it as interesting as we can, because I know that I've sat in all these little meetings before where it gets really boring really quick. So, without further ado, let's talk about who's inside of what I call the bullpen area right here. We have got 4 different groups of guys that are going to be working here tonight. They are from Trenton, Benton, no, that's not right, help me, Gibson, Trenton, Humboldt. Hey, don't be laughing at me. I'll leave right here tonight. I mean, I got trucks right over yonder. And the last one is Milan, right? Yes. We got that down. Now, everything else we're going to do well. Now, the trailer, you see a green light on the far right side. That is on, lets the guys know that there is voltage on the trailer. When you see the red light come on, that you know now there is 7,200 volts present on the trailer. So now we have 7,200 volts present on the trailer. As we look at this outside switch right over here, it is closed at this far left cutout, and we call that cutout. So you got one here, one in the middle, and one on the far left. It's got some white tape around it. That 7,200 volts goes in the top of that transformer, and the transformer does just what it says it does. It transforms high voltage down to low voltage. It takes that transformer, and it comes out going to your house looking like this right here. Either overhead or underground. And if it's overhead, it looks just like this right here. It comes out, 2 black wires go into your house at 120 volts per black wire. The wire in the center, that silver conductor, is what we call a neutral. It keeps everything balanced. So if we lose the neutral connection a little bit, you may have 140 volts on one leg and 100 volts on the other. It will never exceed 240 volts. That makes sense. If you go into a room and you cut a light switch on and it's really bright, and you go into another room and you cut a light switch on and it's really dim, then you may have a neutral issue, and that'll kind of give you somewhere to start looking for your trouble. At any time, if you've got any questions, please just say, just speak up. If I don't hear you, somebody say, hey, they got a question over here. We'll do our best to answer the question. And it's kind of like this. If we don't know the answer, we make it up because y'all don't know what to start with, and that really makes us look smart. So we do that all the time. We have customers come out to us and they ask us this wild question. We're like, oh, it's such and such. But it ain't true because we don't know the answer. But they didn't know that, and they go on about their business. But anyway, now you'll see we've got this green box. If you can't see that, you may want to kind of move around so you can. I know it's kind of hard over here with the glare, but y'all got here late. I'm sorry. That's just the way it is. Kind of like go to Baptist church. You get here late, you got to go to the front row. But anyway, 811, call before you dig. As we talked about before, it is a 3-day wait, but it is a very useful tool. And if you do not use that, and you dig into fiber optic, communications, gas, or water, the fiber is going to get in your pocket real quick. But what's going to get into you more is that cable that you see laying on the ground. When we're done, you'll be able to get up and see that goes into that box. Looks just like this right here. You'll see inside the silver conductor. The peak around that silver conductor is the only insulation that there is from that 7,200 volt line. You took a shovel and you cut on that, hit that with a shovel, just like we've got right here. It could cut through this outer sheath and get into this inner conductor. And that's what I did about 3 hours ago. And you can see how easy it is to get inside really quick, really easy. Now, you can see with the shovel right here, we're fixing to demonstrate, as he jobs that down into that ground, what an electrical arc looks like. Now this is where the ooh and the ahs need to come in. The more you ooh and you ah, the better we do. Now, this is up to a 35,000 volt arc. That's how hot it can get. Now Google says the surface of the sun is 9,000. I hadn't fact checked that. I hadn't went and done all that. I just take Google for what it's worth. Those gray insulators you see on top of the transformers, that arc can melt those just like candle wax with just a split second, and as soon as that flame is extinguished, they go back just as hard as they was. It's pretty cool, but it's also not good. When we hear that on the job, we know something's happened, whether it be our fault or equipment malfunction or something like that. Let's do it one more time. This will be a good picture moment if you want it. Anybody want to do a picture? If y'all want him in the picture, tonight it's just a Tuesday special. One picture for $7.50, but we'll do two for $15. And that's only on Tuesday night. All right, let's go. Yeah, I heard a little bit of the. I mean, what are y'all scared of? Sound like most of y'all UT fans afraid to cheer because you ain't never. Oh, I need to. Sorry, I didn't mean to say that. Look, I'm leaving town tomorrow, so I got to watch what I say. I don't get run out tonight. But anyway, all right. When your lights go out at home, you hear that big boom. What do you think it might be? What do you think might cause that problem? Something got on the line. What is that something? Squirrel. Now, we've got this squirrel, and it's a female. Now listen, hear me out. I need one female in this crowd, and I know there's got to be more than one, that will say, I'm a little bit hard-headed and a little bit stubborn. Now look, guys, don't be doing this pointing crap because that makes you look not good at all. So would a lady just say, that's me? On the front row. All right, we want you to go right up there. Now seriously, and I want you to grab the transformer, just like we're going to do with the squirrel, but when you grab it, we need you to jump. At any time, if you're touching the ground, you're dead. What's your name? Lacey. Y'all give Lacey a hand for helping us out. All right. Come on up here, Lacey. You got a...
Are you serious?
Oh, yeah, I'm serious as a heart attack. I mean, if you're touching the ground, you're dead. I mean, I'm serious.
Shouldn't have volunteered.
Are you in or out?
I ain't volunteering to die.
Travis.
But you are stubborn and hard-headed. Just a little. Got do or die mentality?
Well, yeah.
That's Lacey right there. I need you to be as loud as possible to keep her off the power lines. And y'all, come on, y'all cheer her on right here. Come, Lacey. She's on the power line. Come on. You better talk to the squirrel. Don't talk to me. Come on, anytime. Today, I'm not coming back tomorrow. Come on. Come on.
Come on, squirrel.
Oh my gosh, are you serious? Is that all you got outside? Look, Lacey's right up there on. Don't look at me, look at Lacey.
Get up!
That's what I'm talking about. Now we're on to something. Now look, she ain't paying you no attention. If you got a middle name, you better be using it. Because she... Now, that's the reaction we want right there. That is just like the fourth quarter, Tennessee just won, and everybody's going crazy. Now, look, you got the do or die mentality. Shh. Let's just take a minute. And that's good enough. Let's move on. Y'all give Lacey a hand for helping us out. Now, listen to me. These guys down here, they do a great job. But they're always somewhere when the lights go out. Trust me. They're not in your driveway with a... People think this, and I hate to say it, but we don't train squirrels. When we pull up, open the door, and then we run out and give their life, so we're right there on the scene as soon as the lights go out. That's not how it happens. We're at the fairgrounds. We're at church. We're eating somewhere. Where's a good place to eat, by the way? This has got nothing to do with this. Somebody give me something.
Sally's Diner.
Where?
Sally's Diner.
We eat there today. Give me another. We was going to do the grill up here on the way out. Well, I don't know what it's called. Something grill.
Wall Street.
Downtown.
All right. To make sure I know that before I leave. All right, let's get back to the show. All right. So let's talk about this little pink car. Anybody got a body shop around here? We need a good body man. This little pink Corvette right here has been through the ringer. You can see it's got burnt marks all over it. All kinds of things. Now, this is where it kind of turns into a little bit more serious of a situation. That Corvette right there has just come in contact with that utility pole right there behind the trailer. Or maybe that one right over there. Or maybe that one back there. But here's the problem. It hit, it wrapped around the pole, and it knocked the top wire loose. Now that wire is floating. It's not connected to nothing. It's windy. You panic, you step out, and when you step out, this hits the pole, transfers that 7,200 volts down the pole, and you become path to ground. There's no reason to get out of your car if you're in a car accident when you've hit a utility pole, unless it's smoking, or you see a flame, or it's out there in the middle of the road thinking that you may get hit by another car. So now, we got Batman. He is our first responder. Have we got any first responders here? Raise your hand up big.
Oh, there's some here.
I know there's got to be some. Couple back here. Thank y'all for what you do. Y'all give these guys a hand. Watch what we're fixing to do. I don't know if you've seen it or not, but watch what we're fixing to do. Batman, he comes. Are we in or out?
Think.
Technical difficulties. Let's give it just a few seconds. If I'm going to have to hum the Batman theme, people are going to leave.
Never failed.
Give it to me on your phone. Oh, I'm going to have to hum it. Good old Rocky Top. So I got some fans down here, so I need to watch my joke. Ooh, I see an orange right back here in the back right now. He's hiding. What are you hiding for? It's just first of the year. We ain't no good. All right, Batman is on the scene. Here we go. We got to move on. All right, Batman runs up to the car, puts his hands on the car, and you'll see the transfer of voltage through the car, through Batman to the ground. Now, not good. Who got the dog? Now, we're going to show you, unless I can find me another Lacey that will volunteer to do something. To grab the car just like Batman did. Anybody want to do that? Sun is in a bad spot over here on this side. Nobody? Look, y'all couldn't even see what happened. Surely I get a volunteer out of this crowd. Nobody? All right, look here. Since we can't find a volunteer, let's use this cold dog. It's not a hot dog. Now, I hate to do this, but I got to have somebody to just verify that's a cold dog. Will you verify that? Oh, don't be dropping the cold dog. Come on, it ain't that bad. Cold on both ends, right? Yep. All right, now, we're fixing to see if we can make this cold dog a hot dog. Now, let me tell you how electricity works. Burns from the inside out. Remember that. It is not like a flame out here on a campfire. It is inside out, not outside in. So literally when you start cooking from the inside out, it's the bone that gets so hot so fast. Now Batman right there on his arm, we're using that piece of metal to represent bone. You can hear the difference in the sound now than what it was in just a second ago. I'm ready. I'm out here. If I take off running, I'm going to clear these. I'm trying to get everybody's way. Now, you can literally see what happened. Give me the dog. The hot dog. Hot now, is it not? Now, the whole end of the hot dog is gone. Where there was no bone, it is clean on the inside. Now, by you stepping out because you panicked, let's see what it looks like on the inside. It literally cooked it from the inside out in just that short 2 or 3 seconds of it being in contact with that car. Am I going to eat it?
Yeah.
No, I ain't going to eat it. You going to eat it?
Probably.
No, you ain't. We got to sign all kinds of forms if you do that. Which I don't care. I'm leaving in the morning, so, I mean, you'll live for then, I know. But let's listen to me. If you're on an excavator and you dig into that first scenario we showed you, or if you're in a car and you come in contact with that pole and you've got to get off, here's how you need to do it. And I hope this never happens to anybody. You want to open up the door and push it as far as you can open. stand on the door jamb, and you're going to jump clear of the car. Didn't say 20 feet from the car. I just said jump clear of the car. So I'm on the door jamb right here. Feet together, land together. That's all you got to do. Now at this point, voltage can be present at ground zero, at the Corvette, up to 30 feet out. Depending on whether it be dirt, pavement, gravel, wet, dry, all that stuff factors into it. So you're literally going to get everything in that car that means something to you, and the only thing that would mean anything to you is another human. Not your cell phone, not your bags you just come from Target, none of that stuff. You can go anywhere in that car you want to, and it will not affect you at all. Unless you step out and you're still touching the car, and then you can become path to ground. Grab your baby, put them in your arms, jump. Now, we got to get 30 feet away. We're not going to walk, because if you walk, and this is a higher voltage, and you're going to a lower voltage, it transfers through your body. Does that make sense? Any question on that? If you're not understanding it, just say I don't understand it, and I'll make sure it's plenty, easily understood. Anybody? So we're going to take and we're going to do a bunny hop 30 times right down the bunny trail, and that's going to get us about 30 feet away from that car. Clear? Yeah. Moving on. How many's had a birthday lately, the last week? Got one here? What? Wait a minute. All right. There's too many people here. Somebody going to have to leave. All right, so who's had a birthday today? Today? Where?
Over here to the right, Greg.
You?
No. Here he is.
Right here,
White t-shirt.
All right, your birthday's today? What time of day was you born?
Around 10 p.m.
Around? You don't remember? What's your name?
Cooper.
Cooper? You want to come down here and help us out?
Sure.
Y'all give Cooper a hand. He was born around 10 this morning, we think. So, that's pretty close. All right, Cooper. So you was born today.
Oh, no, like 11 years ago. 11 years ago today.
Well, he is wrong.
Anybody else born today? We can put him back where he come from. Anybody else born today? And Cooper, what makes this so funny is you don't have no idea what you just said, do you?
Yeah, so funny.
All right. We're going to sing. How many of you go to church and sing in the choir? Oh my gosh, are you serious? Nobody? All right. Well, so we got a little bit of choir members over here. Come down here, Cooper, because these people don't even go to church probably, so we got to get down here so it at least sounds halfway good. All right, on three, we're going to sing happy birthday to Cooper. And we've got this Mylar balloon right here. We're going to let it go up, 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 and away and see where it may go. Now, y'all got to really help me out because there's 3 or 4 of y'all, and then there's, I don't know how many people down here that can't carry a tune in a bucket, so I got to have y'all. On three, happy birthday to Cooper. 1, 2, 3. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. What about that? Happy birthday, dear Cooper. Happy birthday. Stay right there. And the balloon goes up, up, and away. And it doesn't matter where the power lines are. The wind can be blowing at your face, and it always gravitates and sucks right into the transformer. And you can see what's going to happen whenever it gets in there. Now, I don't know if we can. That almost blew the whole back of the trailer off. Let's see if we can get the lights to come back on. Watch the white light here in the front. If he can get that to bridge the gap, we can show how that Mylar balloon. Does anybody else got a stick that can help hold that in there? We ain't going to be able to do it. Try that other balloon. Let me have that one. That's Cooper's. All right, let's see what this right here does. Ain't gonna be no bang, but you can see how the transfer of electricity through that Mylar balloon. Watch the white light here on the front of the trailer. You see it flicker a little bit? And that's what a Mylar balloon is good for. Y'all give Cooper a hand for helping us out. Cooper, here's you a balloon. And when you get a little bit older, wherever you're living, The electric company will send you something every month, so just be ready for it. All right? Now look, this got nothing to do with y'all. This is just back where I'm from. We give up there once a month. Our electric company does. And we expect for you to give back. And if you don't give back, we just come and take. And that's just the facts of the business. So try not to let us come and take. If we give, you give back, and that way we don't come and take. All right? All right. Now, oh my, it's getting rougher and rougher, ain't it? Good old ladder right here. This is where it gets a little more serious. How many of you have an aluminum ladder like this one? Get rid of it if it comes to electric lines. No way, no how should this be used around any kind of electricity, whether it be 120 volts or anything around this high voltage line got back here behind us and throughout the fairgrounds. I don't know. I don't think you could. This was local back in Middle Tennessee in the month of July. We got called to a construction site. My company did. Roofers had a 40-foot ladder, elevator ladder, to pick the shingles up and put them on the roof. We had a 3-phase line, and when I say 3-phase, that means instead of just having one wire at the top and one at the bottom like this one here, and this one here, we had 3 at the top, just like what we got out here on the road. That line was lower than normal because of a TVA crossing, and that's just the way we do it. 20, 25 feet, which was 20 or 25 feet from the ladder. So you got a 40-foot ladder, 20, 25 feet up, 20, 25 feet away. The ladder, for whatever reason, the wind blew it. They were trying to move it. I don't know. But they lost control of it. The guy had a hoist up with his hands, and it fell across a 14,400 volt line. The guy that had a hold of the ladder was killed instantly. 2 guys that was with him, I don't know if they tried to get him off or was attached to it a little bit, not a lot. Both of them were severely burned with brain bleeds the next day, and amputation has already taken place. We have found out since then in July, here we are almost in September, that one of them guys has lost their life also. Don't know about the third. When we set this up on the trailer, you'll see as we draw an arc what that ladder, now remember, we don't have it with these sticks. These sticks are rated at 10,000 volts per foot, tested on a yearly basis. All these guys got on 30,000 volt rubber gloves, and all of our clothing is fire retardant. You don't have that. You're a hold to that ladder with your bare hands, and let's see what it looks like right here. Now, when electricity enters the body, it's like a 22 shot, 22 shell. Not a lot of damage. But when it comes out, if you're standing on the ground, it's like a 300 Magnum. It'll literally blow your feet off. Not a pretty sight at all. We've been doing this for 7 or 8 years with ladders and never thought we'd be at this point in 2021 talking about what actually happened to somebody just a few weeks ago. Be very conscious of everything around you. All right, let's move on. Now, in this area down here, your right-of-way is a 15-foot either side of the power line. So if you're standing under that power line or standing under that power line, you should be go 15 foot to the right, 15 foot to the left. Whenever you're ready, you can start that. 15 foot to the right, 15 foot to the left. If there's a tree in that right-of-way, let your local company know, and they'll come out, make sure it's clear, make sure it don't fall across the line, things like this. Now, here's an example of what a tree limb can do. You can see it already smoking. That is a Bradford pear. We cut just today, so it's really green, really fresh. You'll hear it starting to cook from the inside out. It'll start popping and spewing and hissing. You'll see blue smoke for the fire, and you'll see white steam from literally where it's boiling the sap from the inside out. The longer it sits there, the more it's going to burn, the more flame you're going to see. Now, how many lumberjacks do we have? Anybody? Anybody cut firewood? Lumberjills? No lumberjills? Well, here's the thing. If you're cutting a tree down and it falls across the power line, don't run out there because you're scared. Put your hands on it and try to push it off, because then you become the path to ground. Not going to be good, not at all. So we sit here and watch this. Now you're hearing the popping. That's the steam. That's the sap from the inside boiling in and out. Everything below the bottom wire, everything above the top wire, even though it's just about 6 inches, will be cool to the touch. Anything in between, you can just imagine how hot it's getting. Now it'll sit here a minute, it'll act like it's fixing to blow sky high, and it's going to settle down. I think I'm settling down. Lacey, I'm going to sit here just for a second while this does its thing. Now, you can see this is a pretty good show right here, ain't it?
Got nice shape.
You want to finish this? Because you done pretty good on the squirrel.
I don't think I'm gonna do that.
All right. So, see the steam, see the smoke at the top, see the fire starting at the bottom. You can see little pinholes starting to come in the stick itself. The longer it lays there, the longer it boils, the longer it cooks, the more fire you're going to see. And here just a little bit, it's fixing to catch back up and get a little bit more rowdy. And when it does, watch the white light underneath the stick. It'll start pulsating on and off, and that is the reason why we try our best to keep right-of-ways clean of anything like this. All right, now it's starting to pick up. You can see a little bit of fire in the middle. Here in just a few seconds, really soon, if I can get up, you're going to see the results. Remember, watch the light. You're going to see a pretty good little arc. This is really good after dark. But I won't be here after dark. Don't get no thoughts. Now watch your white light. And that's what it does. All right, let's see how hot it got. Got a volunteer? Anybody?
I'm good this time.
You done this time?
I'm good this time.
Why? Come on. I need somebody. Come on. Well, I can't come to you. You a cowboy? I thought you might be scared. Look, it's cool to the touch. I can't come to you.
Alright.
Get on down here, boy. Hurry up, it's getting cool. Is that cool or not?
It is cool.
All right, now grab that ember right there and tell me if that's hot.
Oh no, thanks. I'm good.
Look right here. That's still cool to the touch.
Yeah.
If you look close enough, you can still see the steam coming out the top where we cut that this afternoon. You can see on the side where it literally peeled the bark and tracked. And that's what a tree limb will do to the power line. If you love your trees, guess what? As soon as that tree takes your power out, you're going to be the first one to call and say, come cut this tree down. I know, I've been there. I've seen it. All right, let's talk about this fire hose. If you are a first responder, if you are a volunteer fireman, if you are a firefighter, all of the above, this is where you need to watch. This fire hose, we've had it doctored up. We put water in it. I know that a lot of firefighters don't use water in their fire hose. I know. People think we doctor all this stuff up, but we just actually use it just like it's being used. So it was in a bucket of water because water goes in there. As soon as y'all get ready, I'm ready. When you watch him go up to the main line, you'll see that literally that water that's in there will start boiling and the steam will start coming out the top. Now, if you're a firefighter and you start dragging a fire hose and you're not paying attention to any kind of overhead line, if it's on the ground and you pull it across that, you have a big chance of that right there happening. So you can see how hot it got. Let me have the hose, please, sir. You can literally see the steam still coming off of the fire hose from the inside. If I can get it open. Now you can still see it a little bit. Pretty hot. What are you scared of? You just done a squirrel? All right. I know some of you kind of got a good kick out of the hot dog, so we're going to do the hot dog again right here. And we're going to do it to the main line, not to the car. And let's see what it looks like and see what kind of damage is done to that hot dog. And you can literally see the end of that hot dog being burnt off right there. Now, I'll take it. See, the end of the hot dog is completely gone. Let me tell you something, people. Electricity is not nothing to mess with. If you think you can, then think again, because it will not work well for you. You may be 999,000 times to the good, but that one time is going to be a time where you're going to wish you hadn't ever touched it. Don't think you can watch a YouTube video and do what these guys right here just did tonight. Y'all give these guys a hand. They're your electric company. They do what they can to make everything very comfortable for y'all, and I know they do. I got just 2 or 3 questions. I'm going to share just a quick story with you, and I'm going to let the door prize 811 have it. How many of you are married? Now be proud, guys. I did this other night at our Wilson County Fair, and I said, how many of y'all are married? And this dude went like he went. I don't think he wanted me to see his hand. Wife sitting right beside of him. How many of you got kids? I can ask the ladies, when were they born? And you can tell me to the minute. Now, I don't know if y'all know that or not, but Cooper was born 10 years ago. Or 11. What was he, 10 or 11? 11 years ago. I'm sorry, Cooper. He was born 11 years ago. Now, how many of you lost loved ones? Most all of us. So I ask you these questions because I know these dates are in your mind and will always be until the day you die. Here's one I want to ask you. How many of you have contacted 7,200 volts? Has grabbed on to 7,200 volts? Anybody? Nobody? What are you scared of? I mean, that's a true statement. What are you scared of? Well, how come you continue to take chances on doing stuff around electricity? I had my hand up because that is in my mind and will be until I die. And I can tell you almost to the second when it happened. It was a 9:15 early on a Monday morning after Thanksgiving in 2001. I'd been on a job about 14 years. I was a lineman. I had just put, are we clear inside? I had just put, let's go up here, this clamp on the line right here with a yellow stick, just like what the guys is using. Had on leather gloves. When I was in my bucket truck, take your pick, and I moved around, I seen this switch hanging and didn't like the looks of it for whatever reason. So I reached up with those leather gloves on and I grabbed the bottom and I was fixing to grab the top to move the switch. And when I grabbed it, I contacted 7,200 volts and became that fuse link. Now, these transformers right here are 10. That's a 15,000 volt amp transformer. That one that day was a 75,000 volt amp transformer. A milliamp, they say, stops the heart. This fuse we had in that barrel was a 15 amp fuse. I almost would bet you that the lights in the house came on for a split second whenever I grabbed the bottom and then grabbed the top. Now when this happened, all these safety meets that we go through and we hear started going through my mind. I'm thinking, okay, I'm burning from the inside out. I'm burning from the inside out. Well, maybe I'm not. I'm fine. I didn't get knocked down. I didn't get knocked out. I'm still breathing. I'm still coherent. I still know what's going on. Then just a couple of 3 minutes, I started smelling myself burning. And at that point, I throwed that glove off and I throwed that glove off and I could see where it went in my right index finger and came out my left. It don't take rocket science to figure where electricity goes, the least resistance. And it went straight across. For whatever reason, heart never stopped. Came down, went to the local emergency room, they stabilized me and they took me to, has anybody ever heard of Vanderbilt's burn unit? Don't want to be there. Trust me, you don't want to be there. On my way down, I asked the guy in the ambulance, I said, what about me? Am I going to be all right? He said, I don't know. I don't know. He says, you know more about this than I do. It may take a day, week, or a month. I don't know. Not what I wanted to hear. Look, I was young. I was 32 years of age. 2 young girls. Wife is with me today, right over here. If you're laying in a bed and you can see your family come in with tears in their eyes, not knowing whether you're going to live or not because you've done something so stupid as to go out here and think you can do line work or anything that you're not trained to do, you're just totally mistaken. Totally. I stayed in that Vanderbilt's burn unit for 24 hours. You do not go there and stay for 24 hours unless the grace of God is on your side. And that's flat out. When this is over with, y'all want to stick around, I'll preach the gospel to you if you want me to, because I can. That's the only reason I left at 24 hours. But while I was in there 24 hours, I could hear my neighbors going out here and getting them baths, getting scraped. I want to make this as gory as I can make it because I want to get your attention. If the scraping don't get the infection, they take you to the operating room and then they cut that part off. And if that doesn't work in a week, they come and take it off to the elbow. If that doesn't work, they come and take it off to the shoulder until they get it off. And then after 6 months to a year, 2 years, once you've healed, you may get to go home. But let's fast forward to 2022. I'm going to tell you my age, and I know some of you's going to just freak out when I tell you I'm 53. I know there's no way I look that old, but that's just the truth. 53, I got all this. And guess what? Now I got 3 little young babies that I call my grandbabies. And every time I hear Poppy, they come running, and I reach down and I scoop them up because I still have these 2 arms and these 2 hands to love on them. Think about you doing these guys' job and not getting as lucky as I did and losing both arms to your shoulders. Never being able to hug your wife again. Never being able to hug your girls, your boys, your grandbabies that you don't even have right now just because you thought you could do our job. I'll make a deal with you, and I bet you these guys right here will agree with it. If you have anything that needs their attention, give them a call. They'll be glad to come and make sure it's safe for you because that is their job. They want to come to work and leave to see their family just like you need to see your family on a day-to-day basis. Deal?
Deal.
Thank y'all. Give these guys another hand for helping us out. Thank you for giving me the opportunity to yak at you a little bit. Let's win some door prizes. Am I in the drawing?